welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, ET Now's special initiative that celebrates the undying entrepreneurial spirit of micro, small and medium enterprises. On the show today, on Bright Sparks, we feature Lenskart as well as Dastar Khan. And on our Inside segment tonight, we bring you snippets from an on-ground event that we did in Lucknow. So that's what we have in store for you tonight. Let's start right away with our Bright Sparks segment. Delhi-based eyewear brand Lenskart has become India's second biggest eyewear firm, and this in a span of just 6 years. From Ratan Tata to Chris Gopalakrishnan, the co-founder of Infosys, big daddies of the business world are investing heavily into the startup, which is adopting diverse distribution channels to make its products available both online as well as offline. Libza Manan brings you an in-depth look.
What started as an online optical shop is now becoming a household eyewear brand across the country. Thanks to its unique offline approach, Lenskart has taken the Indian eyewear market by storm with its innovative strategies. Today, the brand houses a wide range of eyewear and accessories, offering attractive schemes to delight consumers.
In 2010, when India witnessed an e-commerce boom, experts predicted that high touch and feel products like eyewear will not receive much traction. During that time, what made you think out of the box and launch an online eyewear brand like Lenskart?
And I think online or offline, the problem remains the same, which is whether you have built trust in a brand or not. And offline, because there's a person assisting you in the buying process, there's always, the trust gets built by that person rather than by a brand, especially in the early stages of a business. Whereas as the brand gets built, the difference between the two doesn't exist. So I think our overall bet was still that if we can continue to build a superior consumer brand, people will consume it.
After establishing itself as a successful online eyewear brand, Lenskart is now eyeing to attract consumers with its offline presence. So talk to us about the unique omni-channel that the brand has adopted.
We are online, we are on the mobile, we are going to consumers' houses, but still there are people who don't buy from us. And which is when the whole store thing came around, and we did it in a very unique way. So unlike the typical offline retail where you would just buy stuff off the counter, we developed Lenskart stores and more around how can we leverage the benefits of online and offline. So our stores really became places where people can come, experience our brand, interact with our people so that they can build trust, they can help them make the selection, and then they can book an order online and the specs would get delivered to their house just like any other order.
Lenskart has recently raised 400 crore investment from big daddies of the business world like Ratan Tata and Chris Gopalakrishnan. So give us more insights into the funding.
There are about 530 million people in India who need specs. About only 25% of those, which is 170 million, end up wearing a pair of specs. So still about 350 million people, which is pretty much the size of population of North America today, need a pair of specs in India. And Lenskart's goal is, how can we make specs reach all these people? That's what this funding will enable us to do. It will allow us to reach all those people, make ourselves more accessible, make ourselves more affordable, take the awareness of eyewear in the country to next level.
Lenskart boasts of giving the lowest cost for the best quality, as the products are delivered directly to the consumers, eliminating any extra costs. This eyewear brand uses German robotic technology to ensure zero human error, manufacturing high-quality lenses with precision and efficiency at affordable prices.
When it comes to eyewear, quality is the only focus for any buyer. Being an online platform, how do you convince consumers about your quality, and what steps at Lenskart do you take to ensure high quality products?
So from a quality perspective, we have done a lot of innovation around frames. There's been problems around the quality of lenses in India. Almost every lens we sell on Lenskart is anti-reflective coated. Then we spend a lot of time figuring out what is the right thickness of the lens for the consumer. And and the way we sort of guarantee all of this is that we'll probably be the only people in the country to give you a year warranty on both the frame and the lens that you buy at Lenskart, which is pretty much unheard of.
Within a span of 6 years, the brand has witnessed phenomenal response from consumers. Today, how strong is your focus on marketing to retain the attraction of consumers?
So our marketing is really just about creating enthusiastic customers. And the mantra is really that saying, we will do whatever it takes to make you happy.
The brand also aims to boost employment in India with its skill development and women entrepreneurship programs. So tell us more about it.
You know, the government has been talking about skill development. So we started training people on, using our machines to running stores, and people who had no optics background. And as we realized that the government of India has launched Stand Up India, which is a women program, and they would facilitate loans. So we are now really reaching out to women particularly to become entrepreneurs as part of the Lenskart scheme. So our goal is to sign up 500 women entrepreneurs over the next 3 years.
The recent funding in Lenskart's kitty, how do you plan to utilize those funds? What's the way forward for the brand?
Our first big investment is going to be around supply chain. We're shipping close to about 5,000 spectacles a day. We want to go to 20,000. The second biggest investment is going to be in people. So you just started, hiring a lot more people, and more than quantity, it is really about figuring out, how do we get some of the best talent in optics, which is a very, very complex field, into the country. So we're bringing a lot of talent from outside India to figure out how we can develop some of the best eyewear in the world.
From providing a unique customer experience online to introduction of a 3D trial room, Lenskart produces 5,000 high-quality lenses per day and is raising the competitive standards for established players in this niche segment.
In a city like Lucknow, kebabs are available at every street corner. So how does one Kebab Eatery ensure its patronage over its competitors, and that too when it is in the city of Nawabs? Pooja Jain finds out. She was in Lucknow. She met up with the managing director of Dastarkhan. Take a look.
In a crowded landscape like Lucknow's, how does the Kebab Eatery establish and maintain its edge?
So we have Shami kebabs, Kalawat kebabs, Boti kebab, Sikh kebab, Kakori kebab, Reshmi kebab, a variety of kebabs. So we are just sustaining because we have kept that flavor, spices and aroma, keeping in the mind of Lucknow's taste buds. And since we belong to Lucknow, so somehow we think it's a duty, to maintain that legacy of food,
Talking a bit more about your customers. So your customers, you have 4 establishments here in Lucknow, but your customers extend far beyond this city. Your customers really span the globe. So what is the one thing about your brand that you think resonates most with these customers?
I mean, it's like the taste. We are leaving no stone unturned. We make sure that the taste we promised 30 years back is maintained till now. Maybe the reason our customers are attached to us, and we are so blessed about that.
What is your strategy when it comes to pricing vis-a-vis your competitors, for example?
Whatever pricing is there on our menu is not going to pinch a hole in anybody's pocket, at the same time without compromising on the quality. So as I said, we are targeting middle class, we are targeting higher middle class, we are targeting high class, accessible to all. This is what we believe.
Unlike many of its competitors who specialize in providing a single variety of kebab, Dastarkhan has taken an alternative approach, in that it offers several. Shami kebabs, Sikh kebabs, Gulawat kebabs and Boti kebabs amongst others. It has also broadened its customer appeal by carving out extensive menu options for vegetarians, debunking the myth that Mughlai cuisine is only for meat eaters.
Your conscious decision to offer a variety of kebabs, that's quite different from what your competitors do. Many of your competitors, they specialize in a single variety. So the strategy behind that decision?
We just don't want it to restrict our menu to only one kind of kebabs, because there are so many spices and aromas and ingredients that are made to make kebabs. So earlier, there was only 2 varieties of kebab, Gulawat kebab and Shami kebab. But we thought it's better to have a variety of kebabs so that we can target more and more customers.
And now the general notion is that there's very little overlap between Mughlai cuisine and what a vegetarian would eat?
I think, I think there's a small myth when we talk about Mughlai cuisine, it's only non-vegetarian food. But no, it's not like that. I mean, we just equally want to keep our vegetarian clients and guests also entertained through our Mughlai vegetarian dishes. But there were certain Ranis and Nawabs who were purely vegetarian.
So now that we've touched on consumer demand, naturally my next question is, what are expansion plans going forward?
Lucknow cuisine has been becoming very famous among a tourist, so we just need to cater them, and that's the reason we have chosen Udaipur and Jaipur, and hopefully by 2016 we'll be there.
What are some of the growing pains that you've encountered along the way, perhaps initially when you started with just one location, then expanded to several?
Obviously, starting up a new venture, it's not that easy, and where the food business is concerned and the restaurant is concerned, people are very smart and people want the value of their money. And so we started up with a small one, and slowly and gradually, whatever there were ups and downs, we learned, we had meetings, we cooked. We did lots of research. We have direct interaction with our custom guests. So these all things made us easy to move ahead.
A family-run business with 4 locations in Lucknow alone, Dastar Khan plans to soon open a 5th before the end of the year. The eatery also plans to expand beyond Lucknow by opening outlets in neighbouring Jaipur and Udaipur to capitalize on not only the high tourist footfall, but also the strong local demand for authentic Mughlai cuisine. Carefully profiling its customers who come from all walks of life and span the globe, and catering to their evolving needs, has helped put Dastar Khan firmly on the top of Lucknowi restaurants' must-try list. And I can definitely vouch for that.
Let's take a quick break. On the other side, we'll bring you highlights from our MSME Connect event in Lucknow. Just stay tuned. Welcome back. You're with us here on Leaders of Tomorrow. We do a host of on-ground events to connect better with you, the MSME entrepreneur. And our most recent one was at Lucknow. And on our Insights segment tonight, we're bringing you snippets from our MSME Connect Lucknow event. Do take a look.
First of all, it is being said that MSME sector is contributing around about 50 to 60% of the economy of the country. But I think as a MSME sector entrepreneur, if we don't awake, we can't retain this position in future. The main threat is, in my view, one of the main threat, our new generation is not interested to join in our industry, especially in MSME sector, keeping in view so many hindrances, so many difficulties, so many unwanted or so many man-made difficulties. Our new generation is not ready to come in our industries. The contribution percentage which we are claiming will definitely fall in the future if we don't think over it. By this meeting, I request for the sustain of this MSME sector, and I think it will go with a brighter future for India. Thank you very much.
I feel the single most reason MSE, I'll again come back to its micro small enterprise, why it is important, the basic agenda is employment generation. If employment is there, everyone is happy. He keeps on improving upon his skill set, is able to earn more, and everything is manageable. When the employment is not there, then all the notorious things happens. So now the topic which I have in front of me is how rating can be linked to rate of interest. When a bank is lending you money, it is a public money. He has to be doubly sure that whether the interest and the principal amount will be repaid in time or not. If that is there, you are a viable project. You can get the best lending terms. When I say lending, मेरा जो MSME, sir, I have been working in this sector for last 10 years. Not only business development, but I have done many case studies with micro small associations also. मैं किसी से पूछता हूँ कि सर lending का मतलब क्या है? वो बोलता है कि सर बैंक ने मुझे पैसा दे दिया. This is not lending. Lending is timely, adequate, priced credit. आपको rating कब करवाना चाहिए? The moment you open a current account, the rating has to be done. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Why digital for SMEs? How an SMEs can leverage digital? What are the steps needed to start with digital marketing? Now, there is a very basic term coined digital marketing and internet marketing. What's the difference between a digital marketing and the internet marketing? There is a thin line difference. There was a time when we are saying, yes, I am marketing my product and services online. Internet as a medium, the desktop as a medium. Now the things are totally transformed. Now, marketing comes from larger screen to a smaller screen. I have to show my product and services, not only a desktop, to a complete mobile atmosphere. So, what are the steps needed to go digital? In the very next day, how can I show my product and services online? And this digital cannot achieved without a technology partner. So guys, we are the second largest internet economy. We have already beaten US. We are just behind China. The moment all this Reliance Jio and fiber optic spread all over the country, we will be equivalent to China in terms of active number of users. When I say numbers, these numbers are not small. Numbers are 40 crore. Yes, you heard me right. It's 40 crore. So the next part is 30 crore. Yes, 30 crore people are connected only on mobile phones. So there is a customer. I am a manufacturer. I know a medium called internet. If I am not tapping this, I am missing a lot of information. I am missing my customer. Thank you so much.
SMEs contribute undisputedly to the growth story of the country. They contribute in employment, in exports, in the GDP. But also undisputed is the fact that they are the community which have the least access when it comes to financing. The SEBI, the regulator, introduced this particular platform whereby now companies, the SMEs, not the MSMEs, but the SMEs, can come and get themselves listed on an exchange platform. So the exchange platform of NSE is called Emerge, which represents that they are emerging companies. And over here, the companies get themselves listed and they get a lot of visibility around their whole process, I would say. What you will see is that the kind of capital the companies have raised is 19 crores, 25, 13. We even have a company which has raised 5 crores. So there is no specification or no limit on how much a company can be raising when it is coming on the NSE SME platform. So a good debt equity ratio is something which would not only, of course, equity will be another new route which you would have explored, but also what it will bring will be that a good debt equity ratio will ensure that you get your next round of debt at a lesser cost. Because the bank, when you have an equity component into yourself, which is an exchange listing, will start viewing you differently. And now what is the criteria here? There is only two important criteria, I will say. One is that the post-issue paid-up capital should be less than 25 crores. So less than is what we are talking of over here. And the company should have had an operational history of 3 years. Thank you very much. That's all that I wanted to bring to the table.
MSME typically needs long and medium-term loans
to be very frank, to start with, to create infrastructure, to acquire land, to construct building, to factory building, to acquire plant and machinery, it requires long and medium term loans. Short term and working capital requirements are required for acquiring raw materials, for running day-to-day business, paying wages, electricity bills, water bills, labor charges and all these things. Then there are other requirements like seed capital or margin money, bridge loans and risk capital, etc., which are the agencies which are typically available in today's ecosystem, financial ecosystem, to finance these MSMEs. Basically, we have for long and medium term loans, we have state financial corporations, state industrial development corporations, SIDBI and commercial banks. Commercial banks are very, very big players in this segment. And also, to some extent, I would say, NBFCs in terms of financing machinery and vehicles. Then when it comes to short-term finance or working capital finance, it is basically the commercial banks which are into it. They do, commercial banks do working capital finance in a big way. And when it comes to seed capital, margin money, venture capitals, angel investors, and all these people, they come in and they finance. State Bank of India has an active customer base of about 27 crores and a business size of about 29 lakh crores and touch points of more than 1.28 lakhs. SBI is the largest one. We have specialized SME branches. So what structure we have created in State Bank of India to bring in special focus on SME, we have specialized branches. Every district is having a specialized branch to do SME financing. Of course, all branches of State Bank of India or almost all branches of all public sector banks, I would say, are capable of financing SME. But, we have to bring in special focus. We have special SME branches in every district of the country. If you come to us with some idea and if you have, some capability to some dream to do something to become an entrepreneur, please come to State Bank of India. We, with all our branches, with all our knowledge, with all our experience, we will definitely help you. Thank you.
With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Leaders of Tomorrow. We'd love to hear from you. Do write in to us at leadersoftomorrow@timesgroup.com. You can reach us on social media using the hashtag LOT or call us on the number flashing below on your screens. Thanks for watching.